with James Silva of Ska Studios. And I know that anybody who's listened to the podcast has heard me tell that one of my all-time favorite Xbox games is I made a game with zombies in it. So I get to game today with the guy who made that game. And has now made Charlie Murder. It's just out on Xbox Live Arcade. And we're so glad to talk to you, Jay. How you doing?
I'm doing great. PAX is always a lot of fun. We always get the PAX voice about a day and a half into it. That's when it starts, and then you never recover.
No, I know. You have to take a couple of weeks of honey and tea to kind of get back from that.
Yep.
Or as long as you don't get con crud, right?
Yeah.
Con crud is what's going to sneak up on you.
Bird flu.
Yeah, bird flu.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not bird flu.
1 year, I swear. That's what.
Yeah, it was here 1 year. Yeah, it totally was. All right, so we're going to play some Charlie Murder, which is probably going to murder me. So we'll see how this goes.
So we're just going to pick someone, and we have the full game running, so there's a bunch of high-level characters in here, so try to find a level 1.
Okay.
You might want to hit right to go to, there we go.
There we go.
So that's an alternate band. There are 3 unlockable alternate bands, and I unlocked the first one, and I've been working on the second one. Basically, whenever no one's playing, I'm trying to beat the boss to unlock the second one.
So you haven't beat your own game yet?
not here, yeah. So yeah, right now we're 2 members of the Other Charlie, which they hail from the frozen lands to the north.
Awesome.
And this is here we're just starting right in.
Boss, where we're gonna get to go fight. All right. So now you guys have been working on Charlie forever, right? Not forever, but I've seen promos for it for a couple of years now, right?
Figuratively, we've been working on it forever. Yeah. I started it 4 years ago. It kind of spent some time on the back burner because I started it right after I finished Dishwasher Dead Samurai, and then I kind of set it aside and was working on Dishwasher Vampire Smile. And I think I made a game with zombies, and it came around the time Charlie Murder started.
Okay. So that might be why it's been on my radar, because that was the game that I first found you with.
Right.
So, yeah.
It kind of sucked because they have a lot of old screenshots floating around on the internet, and a lot of websites can't tell the difference. So.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
But I can. Anyway. It was started 4 years ago, but it was about 2.5 years of really earnest development, and just when you just pour everything into it. It's changed so much since the original.
Right.
It's a really big game now. It's got a lot of stuff to it. A lot of things you can level up. A lot of skills to unlock. A lot of locations and weapons and enemies.
That's awesome.
A basic thing that I don't even think about that you're doing. You're beating a guy to death with his friend's arm. Yeah, that's something you can do.
That was awesome.
A lot of these little things, I'm just, that's in there too. It's really, we took a beat 'em up formula. I grew up on beat 'em ups Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade, River City Ransom, that kind of those old school beat 'em ups, and I took that and basically we really RPG'd it up. So a lot of Diablo, Borderlands kind of elements.
Right.
You can find loot, you can upgrade your character. All that stuff is all gives it a lot of depth and a lot of replayability.
That's awesome. Well, that's really nice to see in this genre of game, because they used to just run their one course.
Sure, yeah.
And then that was the end of it, and then you had this game, but you didn't have anything else you could do with it anymore, unless you wanted to go through and just play it one more time.
Yeah, and in the 90s, it was still pretty awesome because the graphics were that great that you're like, I don't care. I'm still, it looks amazing.
Still enjoying this.
And I'm playing as Raphael, and I'm beating up the foot soldiers. That was a big part of it.
Yeah.
But for this, it was really about giving the game a lot of meat and bones and
a lot of content.
Yeah, and just a ton of replayability. Yeah, and we're super proud of how it turned out.
It looks great. I've always loved the artwork. I know Michelle, your wife, does some of the artwork, right? Or does all the artwork?
Yeah, we kind of tag team on the art. So I'm an artist who has no idea what I'm doing, and she's an artist who has an idea of what she's doing. But I'll have a lot of designs where I'll think things look good, and then I'll be but it doesn't look quite good, and I can't figure out why.
Right.
She'll know why, So
Well, that's a good partnership then.
Yeah.
You both have each other in different strengths.
Yeah, it's definitely a great partnership. And then I do all the coding and the music stuff too.
Right.
So a lot of just the grunt work. and then we both get to kind of team up for the creativity stuff.
Oh, that's
so
great.
yeah, it's really great. It was it's funny too because I mean, a husband and wife working together, like there are definitely times where like you're like, honey, I think maybe this should be like look a little bit different.
Right.
And then why would you say that? What do you mean? We're both like super sensitive to criticism, but yeah, and a lot of stuff that she added to it, just like creative decisions, are just like they're just like the weirdest things that I never would have thought of that like add so much character to the game. Where I was, I would be just doing kind of like middle of the road stuff, and then she would be like, I think everyone needs cat ears, So then there's cat ears, and then the cat ears, there are different kinds of cats depending on who's wearing them, and it even sounds kind of corny, but it actually like it's really neat.
No,
You're like, how do the cat ears look on Rex? How do the cat ears look on Lester?
Right, exactly. Like, how are they going to change depending on the environment that they're in?
Right.
That's awesome. Well, Rhonda, my co-host, is going to love that. She already loves the artwork. She bought a T-shirt at PAX East.
Oh yeah, cool.
And she loves the artwork. She's an artist, so she's really into that. All right, here are our stats.
Yeah, we got some followers.
Hey,
we've got if you hit up on the D-pad, you see your social networking app, Squidless, and then that little blue bar is basically how close you are to leveling up.
Nice.
But every time you do something awesome, you get a couple people follow you on Squidless.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. And then you get enough followers, and then you can level up and you get new skills.
Right.
You can wear better loot. Yeah, it's all a pretty
new stuff you can get.
Yeah, pretty built improvement system.
Awesome. Well, it looks great. It plays really smoothly, and I like that too. I love being able to just grab a controller and pick it up as I go.
Yeah. It's like definitely you can. It's accessible, and then there's a lot of stuff to discover too. Like just crazy combos and just all these extra systems that are in there.
There's something very satisfying about beating a zombie with his own arm.
Yeah.
Just being able to take that and go at that. So,
right.
Well, thanks so much for talking to us, James. We really appreciate it. So, Xbox Live, Charlie Murder, go download